Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. Touchdowns on liquid air, on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's going on, good people? Happy 4th of July weekend. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you spent it all with family. Hope you ate too much barbecue. I know I was cooking up late last night. Had a brisket going through the night. Then I got woken up because my smoker wasn't working. I had to go figure that out. Went to bed at 2. Got up at around 5. Stayed up. So I am exhausted. But family came over. Did a brisket. Did ribs. Did pork belly. Hamburgers, hot dogs. Got it all done. So... But got to see my grand today. He always comes over. I always enjoy him. All my grandkids was over today, so that was good. So then I'm peeking in on the game. I had company over, so I couldn't really concentrate on the game, but I had it going on an iPad, so I really started paying attention to it. Midway through the third, going into the fourth, another wasted effort. Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Natasha Howard. Wasted efforts. Great games by all three. And just a wasted effort at the end, man. Wasted effort at the end. What's going on, Carlos? You want that to go plate? I got plenty of brisket left, so I'll be chopping some up tomorrow. I'm gonna make me I think brisket nachos is gonna be my choice tomorrow, or I might chop some up and make me a brisket omelet in the morning, something like that. Smoked brisket with eggs or smoked salmon with eggs. I could eat that all day, every day. So But had a good day, had fun. Cooking is my happy place. I should say barbecuing is my happy place. So this is a good type of fatigue. So all is good until we saw that game the way it ended tonight. Um, I don't mind losing. I know some people feel some kind of way about that, but let me explain myself. I don't mind losing. There are lessons in loss. But when you have legitimate opportunities to take a game and to win, um, and you don't do that, that sucks. That's the worst feeling than getting blown out. When you have legit opportunities to take the game and you can't do it, that's going to eat at you. The end of the last 5 minutes of that game, they're going to watch the tape on that and they're going to be pissed. Aaliyah Boston, great game until the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Oh my God. what, what do I always tell y'all? And it has proven to be true. When you make the defensive stop, you got to convert the bucket on the other end. That's what makes the difference. And we couldn't do that. Missing free throws at the end, missing layups at the end. I don't know if I want to call it spatial awareness or like Aaliyah Boston. You got to know who's around you when you go up for that layup. She's standing right there. Lean into her, get the foul. So even if she does get the block, you on the free throw line. But you gotta at that time. That's considered crunch time. And if you are the best big in the league, and right now you playing like it, at least the stats say, in any case, you got to make them shots, man. You got to make them shots, and it sucks. And that is going to be one of those ugly ones that you look at on film. I like the fact that she's showing a little fire the last couple games. She got the crawl up her butt or whatever it is, but she been getting spicy, not afraid to show some emotion, um, showing a different side of her, and I think that is needed. But you gotta come through on the other end. All that's great and good when you win it and you producing, and it's hard to even say that because she is producing. But one thing we used to say when it comes to football, and this applies to any sport, whether it's a team sport or individual, big time players make big time plays in big time games. That's it in a nutshell. Big time players make big time plays in big time games. And Aaliyah Boston had about two or three opportunities to make that big time play in a big time game, and she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. And that's the difference. If do do I think Indiana's a good team and will they make the playoffs? I do believe they will make the playoffs. How far they will go in the playoffs is the playoffs are that is that the goal, or is the goal to win a title? Well, if you want to win a title, you got to learn how to close down teams. That's twice LA has had your number twice. So what do you think everybody else in the league is going to be doing? They're going to be pulling out that tape of LA. Well, what did LA do to frustrate them? I at this, in my opinion, Caitlin Clark don't matter. She wasn't in the game, so you can't count on it. You know what, Extra P? I would love to rebut that, but I can't. We're not there yet. So everybody's just kind of guessing. But based on what I've seen, can Indiana's showing me glimpses. You know what I mean? They're showing you just the they got the power, man. But where it only pops out every now and then. We need to be more consistent in that third and fourth quarter. Period. I don't I don't I don't get it. Let's see. Let's look at my favorite chart. The shot chart is my favorite chart. And let's look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at here. Look at here. Look. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Look at all the missed shots. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10 shots in the paint. 10 shots in the paint, or 10 points in the paint, but 8 points around the rim. I will say 6. Anything inside the 3-second arc, that's under the rim. So you're talking about 6 points. Then you had 8 points from mid range and a 3. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we won the quarter on the missed shots, and it was a tight game all the way through. But you got to be able to finish. You got to be able to finish. Indiana couldn't do it. And I've been noticing something. And I'm looking strictly. This is strictly on body language, and it's odd because she had such a good game. But when Aaliyah Boston misses a shot, beefs a layup, misses a free throw, loses a rebound, something like that, it is written all over her face. She gets visibly upset, and you can see it. And any coach worth their salt should be able to recognize that and be like, hey, time to go after her. They had the happy whistle for her. She does not get a lot of calls. I guess that's just the bane of being a big. Comes with the territory. You just got to grin and bear it. If she can stay out of foul trouble, she'd probably be top 3 MVP candidate if she's not already. But she would be up there with the talks of Fee in Asia. Absolutely. She's been playing that well, but we cannot close games. Cannot close games. Indiana's 9-9. And out of how many of those games did the Fever get blown out? Like it was legitimate ass whooping loss. There's not many, maybe 2, if that. There's not many losses where the Fever have taken just a basic ass whoop. So to me, that's the silver lining. They're in all of these games to the end, and then hopefully, this is what everybody wants to think, is that when you add Caitlin Clark back into the mix, everything's gonna be Irie. Everything's gonna be back to normal. I hope so. I hope so. But I need to see it. I need to see it. I need to see Stephanie White. You're gonna have to switch up a little bit because everybody's familiar with your game plan. All they got to do is go back and look at uh, tapes from your last team in Connecticut. You running some of the same stuff. It was working, and I get it. But everybody watching film. The guys on the other side of the court get paid too. So very interesting to see what they're going to do. The next game is, we're going to go over these stats in a minute too. Give me 1 second. So that's Sunday. So I'm guessing Monday. Nope. Wednesday. Wednesday, Golden State comes to town. At 12 noon? 11 a.m., 12. Lord have mercy. Is that the last game before the All-Star break? Nope. They play on Thursday. Get games on Thursday. Okay, Thursday's the last day for the All-Star break. Why would you be playing at 12 noon? 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 3:30 p.m. Okay. Okay. But they gotta get it together. They got some work to do. They got some work to do. They have flashes where they just look dominant, man. What they did to New York, what they did last game, but they can't maintain that consistency. That's the problem. They got to maintain that consistency. I don't know what they're going to look like with Caitlin Clark. I guess those comments, they look better without Caitlin Clark. Yeah, that fell flat on his face. But apparently, this lady, whoever that lady was, has got a history of kind of downplaying, what CC is doing and stuff like that. Everybody got an angle. Um, Tiff, I am lucky enough and blessed enough to work from home, so I will have that game on. Unfortunately, I won't be live streaming, but I will definitely be watching that game. So um, there'll be a few people. I I'm curious as to why they did that. I don't know. I guess they want to get the people out of there. Um, I don't know. Is it? I'm not sure because I know the baseball All Star game's coming up too. So I don't know. I don't know, Carlos. That might be true. Maybe they playing early for the kids. I don't know. Don't know. But let's take a look at the game charts. I always love looking at the game charts. All right. Hold on. We are on the struggle bus here. Play by play. Let's look at play by play. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Play by play. Okay. The reason why I like play by play is you can go in and you can actually click on it and see the actual play. It's basically just like a little highlight clip. So um, if we go down, let's cut to the chase and go down to the fourth quarter, right? And it was, excuse me, it was a tight game. Oh, and Michaela Timpson. Michaela Timpson at least gets the golf clap tonight. I saw the one move, and keep seeing these glimpses of her, and it's like, damn, she can jump, she can rebound, she can block, she can move. She turned the corner on the layup, driving the lane, and I was like, wow, she covered a lot of ground fast. So Michaela Timpson, every time she gets minutes on the court, she seems to get better. So we need to. She's still got a couple things she needs to work on. She needs to get herself a little mid-range jump shot. But if she's gonna crash the boards, go ahead and crash and just be phenomenal at that. But every time I see her on the court, she seems to get better. So, and I think that's gonna pay dividends in the long run. Um, I'm always looking for like the steals, like right here. Natasha Howard gets a steal, and then Michaela Timpson gets an offensive foul. So that's no, you didn't get that conversion. You got the defensive stop. You couldn't make the bucket on the other end. Timpson got a rebound, jump shot. This was an offensive rebound, so that really doesn't count. Lexi Hole, 14-foot jumper. Trying to see floating 10-foot. Aaliyah Boston misses that one. Howard rebounds. You gotta yawning is contagious. um oh, I see what you're saying, Carlos. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. Howard three, Mitchell Plum. We get stops, sub, free throws. Boston lays it up. We get the rebound, miss it, get the rebound, jump ball, and then Mitchell hits the three. So here's a play where we converted. Here's a series where we converted. But LA just kept coming, kept coming, kept coming. So here's the thing. We don't want to be limping into the All-Star break. You see what I'm saying? We need to have a much better handle on what's going on, what these rotations are. I'm still not sure why Stephanie White likes to go with that all guard, like 4 out of 5 guards on the floor. It leaves you exposed, and you need to find another way, especially when there's not much time. I guess if you're just trying to get the ball back to get a shot off, I'm not quite sure, but um, that leaves you at a disadvantage. So you gamble when you run it. And you get stuck with a disadvantage, especially if you got somebody on Ari McDonald, or you can get the ball to Kelsey because she's the fastest thing on the court in almost every game she's in. So that one series, we had what, 3 rebounds in a row and still couldn't get the shot back up. Couldn't get a good shot. And then towards the end of the game, Boston had the 21-foot pull-up that just was swaged. Like, I don't understand what she was doing. Like, no, I take that back. I understand what she was doing, but she's made that shot plenty of times. And for a shot like that to fall short, that means you either short arming it or you're not putting no lift in your legs at all. Either way is bad. Either way. And like I said, Aaliyah seems like she gets visibly upset. To the point, does it take her out of the game? Is her mental's right? Like, what is the situation? So, I don't know. But I know they got some things that they need to work on. I know that much. So, that is the long and short of it. I can't wait to this All-Star break. And to be honest with you, I want to see Indiana. My bad. Too far away from the mic. I want to see Indiana keep battling without Caitlin Clark. If you can keep Caitlin Clark out until the All-Star game, that would be great. She don't need to play. And I kind of hope she don't play in the All-Star game. Get that extra couple days of rest. You need it. Because the last thing you want to see is her limping out of the All-Star game or tweaking something in the All-Star game. I don't want to see that. So they got to be careful. They got to gauge it. And I'm not saying that they aren't, but I'm just kind of saying the obvious out loud. I hope they have a good All-Star game. It'll be a great All-Star weekend. Gainsbridge is going to turn up. Indiana's going to turn up. So that should be fun. I saw the thing with some of the other content creators, a couple of them. Well, at least I know Keita. She got credentialed, so she will be at the game. That's exciting for her. Congratulations to Keita with the sports. Everybody gets a turn, man. Everybody gets a turn. Carlos says the last 2 minutes were bad offensively for the people. Yeah, they were. Yes, they were. So, but you know what? Let me because I meant to do this earlier. I'm gonna drop the link. I meant to do this earlier. So here's the deal with the link. That means you're gonna come on the show. If you do not want to be on camera, you do not have to be on camera. Just turn your camera off and it'll be like a thumbnail, whatever your thumbnail is, and that's it. So if anybody you know, it's 11 o'clock at night. If you're looking a hot mess and don't want to be on camera, it's all good. It's all good. As long as I can hear you. Use headphones if you can. So, but I'll put the link in the chat. But again, you got good minutes, good production from your big three, minus Caitlin. Kelsey Mitchell. Let me see. Let's get the traditional box. Kelsey Mitchell, 19 points. All she did was shoot today. 19 points, no blocks, no assists, no steals, no rebounds. She was a straight shoot machine. 8 for 17. That's a good night. 3 for 6. 50% from the floor, from 3. That was a good night. Aaliyah Boston, 23 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. That is a phenomenal night for Aaliyah Boston. And we still lost. Still got us. Natasha Howard, 1 rebound away from a double-double. That'd have been her 3rd double-double on the row, I think. 21 points, 3 assists, 9 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. That's what you call filling up the stat sheet. That's what's up. So, I don't understand, man. It's. Do you want to blame this on Stephanie White? I can't. Not after watching the games and seeing what I see. Again, Stephanie White doesn't shoot jump shots. She doesn't set picks. She doesn't hit free throws. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. It's up to the women on the floor when they get the open shots to make them. And we couldn't do it, especially down in crunch time. Especially down in crunch time. They just couldn't get it done. And they cost them. And that's what I'm saying. There's a lesson in loss. It wasn't that bad. It was only 2 points. Yeah. It's not necessarily the amount, what the score was, is how you lost. Because I look at it from the standpoint, I'm always looking at it from the standpoint of a player. Football, basketball, the study methods are the same. You watch tape, formulate a game plan, you play the game, watch the tape, figure out what you did right, figure out what you did wrong, and you make the new game plan based on the old game plan and get rid of all of the stuff that ain't working. Two points can. 2 points can get you. When you look at 2 points, this is what I see. What happens if Ari McDonald goes 3 for 9? She only had 4 points tonight. Bad night shooting for her. What if Lexi Ho goes 3 for 4? And she goes 2 for 4 or 2 for 3, 3-point shots or something like that. Oh no, you watching the G League tonight? Yo, I'm gonna be having I'm gonna be up some crazy hours coming up in the near future. My nephew out in NBL 1 in Australia had a night tonight or last night. He dropped 34 points for the Eastern Suns in Australia. So I will be having, I think I'm going to start streaming his games on the new channel. But I will be having some NBL 1 action from Australia. So that should be fun. See if my man Aussie Johnny will pick me back up. So 9-9. We gave away a couple games. We gave away the game, the first game against Las Vegas. Then we come back and win. We done gave away both games with LA. Both games. They've had the number. Can't figure it out. Can't figure it out. There you go, Tiff. Yeah, it was Michaela Timpson, 5 points. Sydney, 6 points. Sydney was, what did Sydney do? 2 for 3 from three. Okay. Sydney popping in and giving you, she gave you 15 minutes, 6 points and 15, 2 3 balls. I can live with that. Sophie Cunningham, 1 for 4 from the floor and then a couple free throws. We just gotta, that fourth quarter, man. That fourth quarter. It's been a bugaboo. Just got to get it whittled down and clean it up. They got to figure out a way to clean it up. So, D Jordan with the afternoon peeps. I see you, bro. I see you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. D, I'm gonna be check out my nephew. Check out my nephew tonight. Randy Bell for the Eastern Suns. He dropped 34 last night. So Eastern Suns. That's in NBL 1 West, I think it is. There we, where's the oh, man. Yeah, so I'll be coming up with that pretty soon. So the times I did this last year when he was with Goldsmith, the Goldsmith Giants. So I streamed a couple games and it lets me stream the content because it's shot in Australia. Yeah. So I'm gonna be having some games from Australia there for D. So stay tuned. Yes, I'm gonna be up at 7 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock, whenever it is. Whenever it is. I did the same thing last year. It was fun. Nah, he was with I think it was called Goldfields, Goldsmith. I could be saying that wrong. Goldfield Giants. Yeah, Goldfield. I was right. Yeah, Goldfield. He's with Goldfield Giants in NBL 1. So um, there he is. 24. That's Randy Bell. That is my nephew. Used to coach him when he played football. He was a lot smaller than he shot up to about 6'3.5", 6'4". And now he's doing it on the court. What is oh nah. It's my man Brooklyn. As we have seen in other games, and if you have different rules than the rest of the teams, they're always abused. Yeah. Yeah. Juan, I'm gonna come back to you real quick. D, you stupid dude. If you see him, if you see him, tell him you're a fan of Pro Fan Talking. Yes, you watch. Tell him Uncle Marcus says hello. He'd appreciate that. But back to Juan. Um, at some point, you gotta we gotta get off the refs. or at least uh, just accept it. It is what it is, and just kind of move on. Like, what at this point, what are you really gonna do? But bitch about it. What can you do? So rather than waste that energy, I used to tell my kids all the time, don't get mad, get better. Don't get mad, get better. Everybody's got bad refs, so there's enough of that to go around. So oh. There we go. I think they won the day. Eastern Sun won the day. So because his mom is my niece, and they were over. Had they just I was watching I was with his dad watching the game, watching the last going into the third quarter before they left. So you got his signed jersey. Nice. How we let LA beat us, man. I'll tell you what, man, when CC come back, uh-oh. Hannah Hidalgo is using Canada. That's funny. Ooh, Flash Gordon. What was I doing? No, it wasn't CC. Oh, that's right. We back in the league. Um, I'm looking at this fourth quarter again. Let me see something real quick. Let's go back. Where's my stats? Game charts. We can look at this one. Scoring. Shot chart. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Indiana Fever, all players. Aaliyah Boston, fourth quarter. Oh, Aaliyah Boston makes one bucket. One bucket in the fourth. Ugh, that is brutal. Oh my God, that is brutal. And that's the thing, like when I was saying, like you can kind of see it on her face, right? The frustration is getting to him. And oof, one bucket. One, two, three, four. Like the 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 fire one, like right underneath the rim. You gotta make those, man. Yeah, D, that's I'm saying the same thing. Saying the same thing. So all of that talk they had about whoever that was, whatever that lady was, that made them comments about CC. Why does it seem like now everybody, and I'm seeing this mostly with Paige Beckers. The Paige Beckers had a phenomenal rookie year so far. Phenomenal. They automatically gonna make the comp with Caitlin. Understand that that's gonna always happen now. Some people they just don't um, they don't want to explore the opportunities that somebody else could have a completely 180 opinion of them, and some of their arguments could be right at any given time. If you tell me you don't like Caitlin Clark because she turned the ball over too much, what am I gonna say? You're right. She does turn the ball over too much. But you gotta come to the conclusion that everybody gets a turn. Everybody's gonna turn the ball over. Everybody's gonna flop. Everybody's gonna go through their ups and downs, their peaks and valleys. Everybody. So you take the good with the bad, but you just try to do the best that you can and try to figure out a way to get more bad. I'm sorry, get more good than bad. That's what I'm trying to say. So She'll be coming back sooner rather than because I would rather sit her, get the extra days of rest. But the All-Star game is next week. So you can't sit her out for an extra 2 weeks. I mean, technically you can, but you don't want to do that. Get her in. As long as she's rested, as long as she, no showing no signs of tweaking it again or whatever they're looking for in practice. Yeah, dynamic passes are high risk turnovers. That is true. That is true. And I don't mind the turnovers most of the time because you're talking with a gallery of people. So most of the time, when you have the ball in your hands that much, it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. But she does need to, yeah, that can definitely improve her game. And she's gotten better, but still, a lot of those. I mean, I even said, did I ever tweet that? I don't know if I did. I think I maybe thought it out loud. And I was like, if you can criticize Angel Reese for her me bounds, then what about Caitlin Clark when she does pass to the player and it's a great pass and they just don't have the hands to keep it up? What do you do? Should definitely be rested. I want her to be rested if she's still injured. Groins are very tricky. Mm, so I'm with you, Tiff. But I know she probably itching to get back in the game. So what do you like? Unless you're gonna have GMs come down and say you can't play, she about to say she got one job, but um, yeah. So we'll see what they're gonna do, man. My fear is that everybody's figuring out Stephanie White. Can she make the adjustment in time? Can she make the adjustment in time? Can you figure out early that what you doing is not working and switch it up? But would we be saying this if the outcome was any different? No, we wouldn't. Because right now we trying to reach and figure out what happened and why it happened and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, um, they had legitimate opportunities to win the game, and they didn't. Period. I want to see what they're going to do in the All Star game, and let me see the rest. And when they come off, I want them to be red hot on fire. But we'll see. We shall see. Um, but yeah, we rocked for about 45 minutes. And as you can see on my face, I'm bobbing and weaving, man. I am exhausted. Not yet, Faz. Not yet. This definitely was not a belt to ass game, bro. They made the shots they had to make at the end. I will say that though. Made the shots that they had to make. Meanwhile, we couldn't do a damn thing, man, in the last couple shots. So it is what it is. Well, listen, I'm gonna get up out of here. I wanted to rock and roll with you guys at least for about a half an hour. I am exhausted. Exhausted. So hey, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. See y'all until what, Wednesday? But let me get up on out of here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Um, enjoy your leftovers. I got lots of them. And who plays tomorrow? I know I got me and Tona got 11 o'clock Eagle show. But who plays tomorrow? Let's see. So the next time the Fever play is Monday, Tuesday. There we go. So yeah, that's the noon game against Golden State. Be watching that on my lunch break from work. So, all right, I will see y'all tomorrow. Check in with me tomorrow at 11 a.m. for me and Tone's Eagles off-season show. That should be fun. Got some new content coming up. Any golf lovers in the chat? I got some golf content coming up. Went to the driving range and I filmed it. So that should be interesting. That should be fun. That's coming up. Also, I'm working on a video. Talking about the CBA because I saw a piece on ESPN with Dominique Foxworth, and he used to be a player rep, and he's sharp. So, yeah, Mr. Blue, y'all got us. Y'all got us. You did get us. But that's why they play the game. That's why they play the game. All you got to do is make it to the playoffs, and everybody, all them records and stuff, that gets wiped. So, but you guys have a good night. Be safe. And I will catch y'all tomorrow. We'll have some more content, and we're going to keep this thing moving and growing. Yeah, we deserve the L5s. We deserved it. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm tired. So I will holler at you. Chew on this loss. Spit it out. You know, what did Jalen Hurts say? What do you do when you lay a deuce? You just flush the toilet. You don't sit there and look at it. There you go. All right, I'm out of here, man. I will holler at y'all later. Y'all be good, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.